So it's the 7th of January 2025, and I've just finished up reading Principles by Ray Dalio yesterday actually, and today I tested myself on the book using ChatGPT, and just now I'm reflecting on the things I've learned. And by the way, look at this light I got for Christmas. It's really cool. I can't show you properly with one hand, difficult, but it's really cool. Anyways, I am currently working on launching my first school community, so on a platform called school.com, because having reflected on my personality type and my nature, what is true to me, I've come to realize that instead of putting off creating a community, which I knew I wanted to do at some point in the future, I thought to myself, why don't I do it now? If I know that this is what is true to me, and this is what aligns with my strengths and values, why don't I do it now? And the reason I didn't is because I was kind of waiting until I built like a big business, and then, I would have results to show for, to teach business stuff. But then I realized, well, I don't need to be like every other guru. In fact, I shouldn't be. Why am I waiting until I build a big business when, tons of money isn't even my main goal in life? My main goal in life is to inspire and lead the way for people and just live a meaningful, fulfilling life with great relationships and freedom, and be able to give and provide for people and bring joy to the world and experience a good life. And so I'm currently working on, and have been for the past week, since the beginning of this year, 2025, on preparing my community for launch. And I actually hoped to launch tomorrow. So tomorrow is Wednesday the 8th. And as usual, I'm behind. And I say as usual because one of my weaknesses is that I'm an optimist. I'm a massive optimist, overly optimistic. And I usually don't realize how long things will take me. And you know what? It's okay, because every time this happens, I reflect and I realize, okay, well, this is my weakness, so next time I need to add more buffer. So I kind of, acknowledge that I may take a bit longer to launch this. But my plan here is that I'm launching this community, and it's going to be called Know Thyself. And the reason is because instead of teaching something, like business, how to succeed, which, many people aren't really being authentic, and they're kind of teaching things they haven't even done for themselves, I realized, well, I want to start a community now and bring like-minded people together, because just to touch on what I said earlier about my personality type, I realized that because I'm an ENFJ, I'm just naturally driven to bring like-minded people together and to inspire and lead the way for people to become the best version of themselves. And as Aristotle said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. So what I'm trying to say here is that I believe that knowing yourself, truly knowing yourself, knowing your strengths, weaknesses, values, beliefs, is the first step to creating a truly successful and fulfilling life. And I mean it. Because the success part there is that if you learn what your strengths are, you can utilize them and lean into them properly and utilize them to create proper success. And the fulfilling part is because you're going to feel like you're useful, so you're naturally going to be fulfilled because you're going to be pursuing what is true to you and what is natural to you and what you're actually good at. So you're going to feel fulfilled. And that's why, once again, I'm calling this community Know Thyself, because I believe that's the foundation. It's the most fundamental thing or skill in life. And then I'm planning on making, so that's going to be free, a free community. And then the next one up will be a paid community, is what I'm planning, called Master Thyself. And I know, I'm fancy, know thyself, master thyself. I might just make it master yourself, and know yourself. But I've gone with know thyself because it's the quote from Socrates. And then after that, so master thyself is going to be just that, mastering yourself. And this is something I genuinely do believe that I'm qualified to teach, because I'm not saying that I'm perfect and I'm an absolute master of my life, but in these couple of years I have learned quite a few things about essentially being as effective as possible and actually aligning my true self with my work, or my work with my true self, I should say. So, for example, I don't give into, I don't scroll my phone at all. I don't use social media. I have my phone on airplane mode most of the time. I don't eat junk food. Look, that once again, that's not to say I'm perfect. That's just to say I know this is how I can be of value to people, and I want to help people in that way, just to master themselves. And I think I'm going to be looking at 5 pillars. So there's going to be mind and growth, relationships, people in relationships, which I might add later because I may not be qualified to teach that, since I've kind of been isolated for the past couple of years, to be honest. Third one, wealth and business, or no, wealth and purpose, or business and purpose. And that one I may also add in later because, once again, I'm not wealthy, so I'm not going to teach what I haven't done for myself. And the reason they're together is because I believe the best way to make money is pursuing something larger than yourself, building for a great reason, You're not making money for the sake of making money, but meaningful. You're conducting meaningful business. You're trying to actually change lives. And that's the best way to make money, by creating true value in the world. The fourth one, health and fitness, which I do believe I'm qualified to teach because I've been lean for my entire life, and it's been a big focus of mine for ever since I remember, really. And then the fifth one is going to be work and vocation, which I also believe I'm qualified to teach. And that's essentially just finding work that is true to you and doing great work, and essentially achieving mastery, which I'm not going to say I've achieved mastery in anything like editing or any particular thing, but I do believe I'm qualified to help people find what they truly want to do, or their vocation, because I believe I found that for myself, which is creating and providing community, essentially, in a nutshell. And then the next one up, I plan to make Transcend Thyself. So that's going to be focused on helping people, probably one-on-one, build their own business. And the whole idea of it being called Transcend Thyself is that so once again, it's the business and purpose part there. So you're making money in a meaningful way. So essentially getting paid to change lives, as Andrew Kirby put in his school group once so. And yes, here's the thing. I'm launching this school community, Know Thyself, free community of which initially I'm not going to make, or from which I'm not going to make any money. And if this does not work out in a few months, I will go broke for the first time in my life. And you could say for that reason that I'm burning the boats and I'm going all in, and I'm going to have my back against the wall. And it could be stressful, but you know what? I will handle it, and I will push through, and I will succeed in the end, because I know that if you never stop improving, success becomes inevitable. And I'm just going to focus on improving day by day, month after month, week after week, day by day. And I'm no longer kind of living in this, I'm no longer resisting my existence, if you will, because a year ago when I was doing work that wasn't true to me, I was I tied my emotions to outcomes heavily because I was only doing it for the outcomes. So I really, really cared about them. Whereas now, sure, I care about the outcomes, but I just love my work. I love the process. So I'm no longer so focused or emotionally attached to the outcome. I'm just focused on improving because I love trying, reflecting to see how things worked, how they didn't work so great, and then improving them constantly. And yes, I'm just gonna leave it here for today because this was just a reflection, and just wanted to document this part of my journey because I think it's quite it's quite an important part of my life, or I'm not sure what the word I'm looking for here is, but I think it will be a golden time of my life to look back on because it's the first time I believe I'm stepping into something that is truly true to me. It really is true to me. And I'm going all in with my back against the wall and burning the boats. And once again, in a few months, if this has not worked out, then I don't know what I'm going to do, honestly. But I know I will make this work. So, that's all for today. Until next time, keep going. Know that I believe in you. Be mega. Ciao.